Hello everyone, my name is Jamin. Thanks so much for visiting my channel. In this video, I have a Dell Vostro 14, the 3490 model. I'm going to show you how to get inside, access your storage. So first thing, power down your computer the correct way. Make sure it's off and unplugged from your charger. We're then going to flip your computer over to access your bottom case screws. The screws noted with the red arrows, these screws will actually come out and you can set them off to the side. The screws here with the green arrows, these screws actually stay in the bottom case. You can't actually pull those out. Just keep that in mind when you're going at these screws. After you address all these screws, we're going to flip the computer over. Now we're facing our palm rest, and we're going to take a small flat pry tool. We're going to start here near where those green screws were, and we're going to start in the corner and pry that seam. Right in that seam, pry the palm rest up from the bottom case. If you get stuck somewhere, leave it. Go to the other side, continue in the other direction. Try not to put the pry tool too far in. You could damage some internal components. Just keep it on the edge. Go slow and firm, but careful. And once you pry all that up, we're going to flip the computer back over, and we're going to grab it from this side. Again, these green screws where the screws are still in, that's where we're going to go at it. So we're going to grab it from there, gently try to pry this bottom case off, go up here, all along the left side of my screen, and be very careful to take this side up and not the right side yet. If you do, you're going to break something. So take the left side up, and then when you get this side up, just grab the whole bottom case and slide it to the right a little bit. Your VGA port here, your USB port, this bottom case goes around it, as you can see in your computer. So if you just rip this thing off, you may damage these ports, or at the very least, you'll break that little skinny part of the bottom case. But if you slide the bottom case to the right, then you'll be able to take it off. After removing your bottom case, this is what you're looking at for the inside of your computer. So I'm just going to flip it around. Now, as a general computer repair side note, everyone, when I'm working on a computer in my shop, it's sitting on an anti-static mat. Either that or an anti-static bracelet are great ideas to avoid damaging anything in your computer when you're working on it. If you would like any help with tools or supplies for your project, there'll be a link below in the description. It'll show you many of the tools and supplies that I use in my shop for my repairs. Underneath that link in the description, there will be one more link. It'll have a list of all the replacement and upgrade parts for this specific model computer, just to make it easy for you to find those. Now, before I touch anything in a computer, I always remove or at least unplug my battery. A computer is safest to work on when as little power as possible is running through it. So here's your battery right down here. There's 4 screws holding the battery down, and then the battery plugs in right here by means of this black cable into the motherboard. So after unplugging the battery here, you can take it out a little bit, and then you'll have some wiggle room to grab it here right next to the connector and pull hard to get it out of the battery port. Or if you want to unplug it from the motherboard, you would fold down this black piece of tape over it, and then you would use your fingernails or a pry tool on either side of the white plug, and you would pull that out or wiggle it out of that port to the motherboard. But as goes for all wires and cables in a computer, try your best to not pull on the wires. You could damage them. Just pull close to the plug on each side. Okay, so now that our battery has been at least unplugged, it's safe to proceed deeper into the computer. As far as storage, you have a single SATA 2.5-inch drive slot here, and you have an M.2 NVMe solid-state drive port right here. So 2 different places to add some storage. Many of you will have nothing in the solid-state drive port. That'll be empty, and you'll have around a 500 gigabyte hard drive here. So below in the description, I will have a replacement 500 gigabyte hard drive. If you're looking to just replace your storage, it's bad, you're looking for the cheapest option. I will also have a solid-state drive replacement for this SATA drive. So you can replace this with a solid-state drive, but it'll be in a 2.5-inch SATA casing. So you can put a solid state drive in here. They're faster than hard drives. They break less often. It's a really good upgrade idea if you want to do that. So I will also have a 500-ish gigabyte solid state drive that can fit here, as well as a 1 terabyte solid state drive option for this SATA port. As far as the M.2 port down here, there's a single screw right down here above the speaker. You would take out that screw. You would plug your solid state drive, a long one, a 2280. You would plug that in here, hold it down, screw it down to fasten it. Very easy. As far as this solid state drive, I will have a 500 gigabyte option in that list. I'll also have a terabyte option in that list if you want to upgrade. As far as the 2.5 SATA drive, it's a little harder to get it out. You have these 4 screws here near the red arrows, and then it plugs into this SATA connection here. So after you unscrew those 4 screws, get the hard drive in its caddy out of this casing, you can grab this port, unplug it. This plugs in. You can follow this wire down under your battery, and it plugs in right here near this green arrow. After you unscrew the hard drive caddy, there are 2 more screws on each side, this side and this side. You would undo those 4 screws and the hard drive will come out of this metal caddy. The caddy is just designed to keep it in place. So that's how you would upgrade and replace these. That's how you would access both of them. A couple things to shout out about this type of operation. First thing is, if you are replacing a bad hard drive or a bad solid state drive, and there's data on it that you want to recover, there'll be a link below in the description. It'll help you with some data recovery. That can get really expensive at companies, $500 to $1,500 to recover data on a hard drive or solid state drive. I will have some DIY videos below in the description on how you can try to recover your own data at a fraction of that price if you're looking to DIY that. And the last thing I can shout out, if you are replacing or installing a new drive in your computer, you probably need to install an operating system to it when you're done. I will have 2 video links below in the description. One will show you how to install Windows 10 onto a Dell. The other will show you how to install Windows 11 onto a Dell computer. And if you would like more information on how to upgrade your RAM, I will have that as the end video. Once this video is done, I'll also throw that link in the description as well. But that's it for this video, how to get inside your 3490 and access your storage. Thanks again so much for watching. Please remember to like and share if this helped you out, if you think it can help someone else out. And feel free to subscribe if you enjoy DIY computer content like this, or if you just want to keep me on hand to answer any of your future computer questions. I do try to answer all questions throughout my channel at least a couple times a day. Also, feel free to check out the related links section below in the description. From time to time, I do try to add things in there that I think will help you with your general computer life, make it more productive, more enjoyable. So thanks again for watching, everyone. I look forward to seeing you on my next video.